What happened was the girls took the mother's ashes. They went to Macy's. They went on the first floor with the perfumes and all the cosmetics, and they put a little bit of ashes down there. Then they went to the lingerie department, and they put a little bit of ashes there. Then to the skirts and suits, the dresses, the coats. Every floor had a little bit of the ashes there. So I said, oh my God, when we go to Macy's, we see dust on the floor, it's not dust, it's Mrs. Goldberg.
We were about to go up the steps, and Glenn said, look, there was a little canteen, there was a little snack bar. Glenn said, I've got a quarter. I said, we don't have lunch. He said, maybe we can get lunch. We stood in line. And Glenn, we got up, and there was this big lady behind the counter, and we said, what can we get for a quarter? She said, boys, there's not much. And a voice behind us said, buy these boys a couple hot dogs. It was the governor. We were pretty sure it was the governor. And even though we were 9 years old, we know it's a better story if it was a governor. He said, buy these boys a couple hot dogs and a couple Coke. I love the government. Free lunch. Who knew? He sat down, he said, you guys going to put some mustard and ketchup? Oh, we put mustard and ketchup and relish and everything. I didn't even like relish, but I put it on because it was free. Just take advantage. And he sat down and he asked us where we were from, and we told him we were from Delaware Charles Elementary School, and we were learning how laws were being made. And he said rather cryptically, well, I bet that's pretty interesting.
In those days, I had a real couture eye. I loved contrasting plaids. And so I had a plaid shirt on that did not match my plaid shorts. And I thought I was gorgeous. So I went into the chicken coop, and apparently the rooster had a comment about my clothing as well. I didn't see him coming. And I was doing the little folkloric thing, you know, I'm just bending over, throwing the cracked corn all over the place, you know, feed the animals first, and then you get the golden pot of, you know, it's always yours at the end if you take care of the animals first. You read those stories, you know. So I was feeding all the chickens, and the rooster came out of the corner. David afterwards said it was one of the funniest things he'd ever seen. I didn't agree, but the rooster fluttered himself up into the air, and he just latched onto the pockets of my shorts, and he hung on. And I threw up the can, it was an old Maxwell House can of coffee that I had the chicken feed in, running all over the chicken coop with this rooster attached to my behind, screaming and yelling, and the rooster flapping his wings and screaming. And David said he'd never seen a rooster with its talons out front and its wings out here, just wagging around all over the...
I thought I was going to IKEA to buy a desk. No, I was going to IKEA to buy parts to build a desk. I don't watch Home Improvement. So we're standing there. We got 2 baskets filled with parts. We must have hundreds of parts. And I said to the salesman, well, do we have everything? And he goes, yep. We get back to Brooklyn. We don't have everything. I have to drive back to IKEA. Another 3-hour trip in New York traffic. By the time I got back to Brooklyn the second time, I was crazy. I've been in New York traffic for 6 hours. I've been fighting with Zach all day long. I had to build a desk, and I didn't know how. And I'm sitting there fuming, and he looks at me, and he says, you know, Dad, when you're acting like this, I can't be with you.